She hurt my head.
Particularly, it was the expression yellow fever. Have you come across this, Phil?
No.
The expression yellow fever. Have you come across this? Yellow fever? You've heard of it, but you haven't heard of it. Can you explain?
It's when you like Asian girls.
It's when you like Asian girls! It's when you like Asian girls! Simple. No, but yellow fever, it sounds bad, doesn't it? Yellow fever, it doesn't sound nice. But actually, I, for one, am glad, at last, to be associated with a disease that has sexual intercourse as a side effect rather than a cause. For me, that's progression in my life. The thing which I really found that kind of pissed me off, which I kind of turned into a game, was that they will never say that they're from America. They'll always feel the need to tell us exactly where they're from if we ask where they're from. They always assume that, of course you know America. It's the centre of the world. I'm going to tell you precisely the city where I'm from. And you ask them where they're from, and that's what they do. No other nationality does this. You don't go up to an Asian tourist and go, where are you from? I am from the northern Kawasaki Shield, the southern Kitagoku, of the Samagata Prefecture. What? I'm from Japan, that'll do. Americans don't. You go up to them and go, hey, so where are you from? From Buffalo. What? From Buffalo. And now this is where the game starts. I'd like to take this away with you and see if it works for you. You feign ignorance. You let them get to the next stage, and you kind of like have this little game of one-upmanship. So you go, from Buffalo. New York. Continue. New York! This is where we've almost won. America. But Europe? Literally, you've won if this happens. You wait 3 seconds. You have 3, 2, 1. America!
Like at Hong Kong, and I've not found this in any other country, is the taxis. The taxis here are fantastic because the following happens. You go out for a night out here in Lang Bai Fong or Wan Chai, and you go up to the taxi driver and you say, excuse me, could you please take me over to Kowloon side? And the taxi driver will say no. I'm sorry, I think you misheard me. I just asked if you wouldn't mind driving me to... No, I don't want to go over there. I didn't plan to go there. Right, so I thought this worked differently. I thought I got to choose, but the system here is just there's a series of taxi drivers with predetermined destinations, and it's potluck whether you get one which matches yours. Why don't we just add a few more seats, remove the seat belts, limit the speed to 70 kilometers an hour, and call this a bus? Because that's really the kind of service you're from.
She hurt my head, oh mama.
About our grandparents' generation. And how simple life must have been, and especially in regards to dating, and how the pool of people they would have potentially met would have really just been the people in their town. And I think that's quite sweet. And then I kind of think to our parents' generation about how they were the first generation who were kind of a bit more mobile, the first generation to go to university en masse, and the pool of people they could potentially date became a lot bigger. And then I think to our generation, the wide pool of people that we can date really is as far as Tinder will let us search. And I've checked because I don't want to miss out, and that's 160 kilometres. Think about how that distance, 160 kilometres, which I kind of admire, right? I kind of admire that guy who's prepared to travel 160 kilometres to meet his match Tracy. 19, mutual interests, Domino's Pizza, National Express coaches, and bus wankers. And to put this into context, the distance between London and Calais is 150 kilometres. So the makers of Tinder have thought that there's potentially that guy who will hop on his National Express coach to Dover, take the ferry to Calais, in the hope to meet Tracy, who presumably has also changed her settings to 160 kilometres. Very much the rock bottom of Tinder, very much the scraping of the barrel. But I will give you a word of warning. There's no Wi-Fi in Calais. So if you go, you get stuck. So if anyone, I don't know if anyone, I never met Tracy, is what I'm trying to say. But